trailer load of grapes, fresh off the vine from the sunshine state of California. Headed east on 40. And there's Red Bull and Red Man buzzing up a young man, dragging a boat to the southwest coast of Florida. Get your barracuda. And there's a semi smoking like a steam machine, running hot up a mountain hauling gasoline. Huffing and a puffing, brothers, that ain't nothing. Cause in the get-gone lane, there's a mad redhead drinking double shot black, lipstick on the edge of a Starbucks cup, clothes and shoes in the bed of that truck. Ain't a set of taillights, she ain't passed, finger out the window, barefoot on the gas, she's hauling ass. Ain't nothing says ain't coming back like that. Feels like I'm sitting still, just a spinning my wheels, stuck in a traffic jam behind a red Trans Am. Dude's only doing 80, chasing after my baby. There goes a Lincoln, a beer train, hopper load of sweet grain, Cadillac, Hugos, guitars, pantyhose. God knows she's driving me crazy. I'm on a 911 highway patrol. Report a girl out of missing, running out of control. Tell them to turn her around, or lay them spike strips down. See the get-gone lane, there's a mad redhead drinking double shot black, lipstick on the edge of a Starbucks cup, clothes and shoes in the bed of my truck. Ain't a set of taillights, she ain't passed, finger out the window, barefoot on the gas, she's hauling ass. Ain't nothing says ain't coming back like that. I think I see blue lights coming up from behind. If they pull me over on the shoulder, it's over. She'll be way too far down them yellow lines. In the get-gone lane. Yeah, in the get-gone lane. Drinking double shot black, lipstick on the edge of that Starbucks cup, clothes and shoes in the bed of my truck. Set of taillights, she ain't passed, finger out the window, barefoot on the gas, she's hauling ass. I mean hauling ass.
All right, that's it, we're empty. All right, now, get out of here, run down to Baltimore, get picked up, head to the house. See if we make it. So at our pickup in Baltimore, a little bit warm today, probably won't leave the hat on for very long. Keep that air conditioning going in there. So, I'm sure you can't hear me right now. We're at our pickup in Baltimore. It's actually Rosedale, Maryland, north side of Baltimore. That right there, that's our baby. Batteries were dead, so he came out and jumped it, got it running. The way this driveway is, the driveway slopes down right here and kind of sitting in a hole. So I ended up, this is a little trick you can use when you're loading super heavy. Little trick you can use, and I hope this isn't too high, but I put blocking underneath the edge of the trailer, the front edge of the trailer. What that does is, when I hook back up to it and then I disconnect, once I lock the neck back into the trailer and I disconnect, and then when I go to reconnect, normally that lifts the entire trailer up really high and picks all the weight up, load, trailer, everything. So when you got something this heavy and you don't want to be too abusive on the frame of your truck, a good way to prevent that is to throw some blocks underneath the front of the trailer. With the excavator, you just track it up here, lift up the front of it, track it on, set it down, and then spin around and do the same thing with the back. So it's real simple with the excavator to put these blocks in and still be able to load with no trouble. Not really having to drive it up on, you're kind of lifting it up on. So that's what I did. Hopefully it's not too high. When I get back into it, it didn't drop much when I pulled out, so I should be okay. But what I might have to do is when I back into it, if that ring hits the front of the trailer and won't go in, because sometimes the trailer is a little bit too high, what I'll have to do is I'll go ahead and leave the arm of the excavator unhooked. I won't chain it down yet until I get hooked back up to the trailer. That way, if I need to, I can just use the bucket on the excavator and chain and pick up on the front of my trailer a little bit, or the neck of my trailer just a little bit to allow me to get back into it. So let's see. That's what I did to drop the trailer. I'm gonna go ahead and get in this excavator and get her loaded up. So here we go. I'll go ahead and put you on the back of the trailer here.
There's a lot of hell back in my younger days. They were wild days. Yeah, wild days.
Man, this wind today is fighting with this thing.
Life was just one big joke. My head fogged up from the beer and the smoke. In my wild days, couldn't see through the haze. We had a lot of good times and some bad times too. Like when I lost my best friend Tommy, Lord, I wish he'd have made it through wild days. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You know, never seemed quite the same without him there with us in our wild days. You never know just when your time might come. You know, we didn't think about it much back then when we were young and in our wild days. 'Cause when we were young, we didn't have a care. Our parents said we didn't have a prayer. We was hanging out, living it up, raising all kinds of hell. Pushing her love, we was shooting stars out one by one till the early morning light dawned on a wild day. Yeah, another wild day. Wild day, wild seems like a dream. I was hellbound, just turned 18 in my wild days. Racing my car on the Mobac roads, I had Leonard Skinner on my radio in my wild days. Getting sideways. My mama always told me, son, I'll be praying for you. And I know somehow the man upstairs, he's gonna get you through your wild days. And he sure did. 'Cause when we were young, raising all kinds of hell. Pushing our love when we was shooting stars out one by one, till the early morning light dawned on a wild day. Yeah, another wild day. We were young, we didn't have a care. Our parents said we didn't have a prayer. We was hanging out, living it up, raising all kinds of hell, pushing the love when we was shooting stars out one by one, till the early morning light dawned on a wild day. Yeah, another wild day. Wild day. Raised a lot of hell back in my younger days. They were wild days. I said, roll on, big mama. I like the way you sing. Roll on, big mama. The night time lets her breathe. Where the feel of the wheel delivers me from a life where I don't wanna be. And the diesel smoke with every stroke sings a song with a heavy note. And a rambling is the life I chose, sitting here between.
Yes, be safe.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Through my mind. Roll on, big mama. I like the way you roll. Roll on, big mama. You are my very soul. On through the snow and the driving rain, to the 40 below out in Bangor, Maine, to the 110 in the Texas sun. There ain't no road that we ain't run. Up through the Colorado mountain tops, down to the desert where Reno stops, north to the green of Coeur d'Alene. There ain't no road that we ain't seen. We ain't seen. Roll on, big mama. You're singing out my song. Roll on, big mama. The highway is our home. Roll on, big mama. Roll on, big mama.
I'll break 1-9 on that Silver Road Hall. You got a copy on the road show, Mr. Stapley? Oh, son, what's the Smoky situation down the way? Come on. Oh, mighty fine. I'm a-coming, son. We gonna put her in the big hole, come on. Oh, look at that black smoke roll back here. Look like a big old train.
Alright, well, that worked out. Had to do a little bit of as you saw. I had to use the boom to push down. What was happening there was because the way this thing is sitting, because the way the trailer's sitting, it was on just a little bit of an angle, and this bottom over here was higher than that side. So I had to use the boom on the excavator to push down on the deck of this trailer to push it down on this side to get the pin to pop in. But other than that, that was pretty smooth. So I'm letting the air build now so we can get the blocks out from underneath the trailer. I'm gonna chain it down and get out of here. Right into the heart of Baltimore traffic, I think. So here we are, climbing the hill at State College, doing 20 miles an hour. I don't know that it's about all she's got, I think. We're gonna climb this hill about 19 miles an hour. Well, you know you're heavy. You know you're heavy.
Right across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys, the giddy up gone boys. 18 wheels on the concrete, it's a slow and dying breed, rolling like Jesse James, a modern day outlaw game. If you're out here riding with me, come on back and make some noise. We're the last of the cowboys. It's a family tradition, diesel's running through our veins. Our daddy showed us the ropes, we were born in the fast lane. Branded by our heroes, taught to saddle up and move. We keep this country rolling, we're damn proud of what we do. We're the last of the cowboys, the giddy up gone boys. 18 wheels on the concrete, it's a slow and dying breed, rolling like Jesse James, a modern day outlaw game. If you're out here riding with me, come on back and make some noise. We're the last of the cowboys. Third time generation, a little old school salvation. Blazing trails across this nation, from sea to shining sea. We're the last, we're the last, we're the last of the cowboys. We're the last of the cowboys. We're the last of the cowboys, the giddy up go boys.
Good morning, everybody. Saturday morning. Getting ready to head to the house. I ended up making it last night. You saw some of the video earlier. I ended up making it up to Route 80 in Pennsylvania before I had to shut down. Coffee. Man, this is going to be one of them mornings. I'm tired this morning. So I ended up making it up to 80, right at 99 and 80. I think it's 160 mile marker on 80, headed toward Ohio. That's where I made it to last night. Got this thing parked about 3 hours from the house. Started take care of my pre-trip, went inside, did what I got to do, started doing my pre-trip, and I figured I didn't want to cover securement yesterday at the customer because I was already into my drive time. I'd already used all my on-duty time for the day, and I was into my drive time. And I knew I was trying to get as far as I could last night, so I didn't want to spend any time there filming wasted drive time when I knew I was going to get in traffic. It was going to be fun anyway. So I figured I'd get up this morning. It's daylight, so I'll cover securement here. Let's run outside here. Down. Here's our baby. You saw me load it yesterday. She's heavy. She's definitely pushing the max for what I can do. We maxed out all the permits, and it's we're right on the edge. So this is about all we can do. So, here's what I did for securement on it. Unit weighs 77,300 pounds and some change. So what I did for securement on it, I just assumed we were at 78,000 for weight to do the math easy so I knew how much securement to put on it. So this is what I did here. I actually had an extra chain out that I screwed up through too many chains, so I had an extra chain out. So I went ahead and put 2 chains on the arm of the excavator on this load. Not for any specific reason other than I just happen to have them out. So there's 2 chains on the arm. Man, I'm telling you, I'm not awake. Turn my lights on here so we can check those while we're walking around. Got 2 chains on the arm. Those go all the way across. So of course we get full credit for those. That one and that one. And then I did an X chain off of the tracks going over the other side. The tracks over there coming over this side, which gives you half credit for each one of those. And then I did one going right up to put a clevis in. I did one all the way across. It goes to the other side, so we get full credit for that one. Look at that. That's great. Man. That probably would have been a Mercedes-Benz windshield. Because it's never a Chevy Chevette behind you. It's always something expensive. Alright, so on the back here, I did the 2 X chains coming across off my tracks, coming over each side. And then I was going to, you can see I put my clevis in there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I put my clevis inside there. I was going to run a chain just like I did the front, did the same exact thing, run a chain through it, but there's no real spot to put a chain on the outside. The tracks are so close to the back of the deck of the trailer that there was no real spot to put a binder on there and ratchet it down and not have it on some weird angle, either hitting the side of the trailer or hitting the tracks or something. So, and plus, in order to do that, I would have had to climb down in there. Because you can't put it on the outside, I would have had to climb down in there to put a binder on the inside. And I'm just not that, I just wasn't that interested yesterday afternoon in climbing down in there, doing some gymnastic stuff. So what I did was I pulled out an extra binder and I just came right off the track, right down to the trailer. Did that on each side, which gives me the full credit of the one chain I was going to put on anyway, so made it a little bit easier. Of course, I got it signed and flagged. I got the 4 corners of the load flagged. My back sign, amazingly, is still here. This corner over here is starting to rip a little bit, so it's time to be replaced. I have a spare. I'm just trying to get one more day out of it today. Put a spare on before I head out on Monday. Check these tires. Lights are working good. Wait a minute, were they? Turn signal's working? Oh yeah, we're good. Yep, we're good. Oh man. All right. Everything looks good on this side. Flags are still there. Everything's still working. Truck shut off. Our trucks have a, it's funny. Our trucks have a 5-minute diesel, or a 5-minute shutdown for idling. And when you idle, you can idle your truck up with the RPMs, with the cruise control, and it allows it to run. So you can run the air conditioning, because I don't have any sort of air conditioning without the truck running. So that'll allow you to run the air conditioning. So I have a bunk heater, so in the winter or when it's cooler out, I can just run the bunk heater. I don't have to idle the truck. But last night it was still pretty warm, so I idled the truck, and I think I'll jump back in there. So what happens there is, after it's been idling at a little bit of a high idle all night long, once you kick it off that high idle, it goes into what it's doing right now, which actually kind of sounds like a regen. It's a high idle. It feels like a regen, but it's actually, from what I understand, it's the motor cooling itself down. It's a cool down process. So unfortunately, because of the 5-minute idle shut off, you have to be sitting here while it's doing this process, because if you're not, then it will shut itself off in 5 minutes. Because even though it's high idling, it's not high idling enough to trigger the idle shutdown not to work. So, a little complication with that. I don't know that we expected it when we put it on. Change my air freshener. I don't know that we anticipated that when we put it on, but it is what it is. Just gotta adjust a little bit. So there you go. That's our load, our securement. A little bit of me babbling. A little Saturday morning slow down in my brain. So we'll get on the road here and get on home. I got about 3 hours to go. It's about 7 o'clock now. So we'll get on the road and get on out of here. We will talk to you all soon. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday.